Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this is actually going to be a special video. It's going to be very, very interesting as well because the title is it's in no way meant to disrespect Garyvee, but it's actually the opposite. So the reason that I find it very, very hard to believe that Garyvee did not know about Veve is because he's one of the leading forces when it comes to NFTs. He is literally how I heard the name NFT ever. Like, I was hearing them talking about it for so long. I'm like, yo, what is this? What is this? I didn't want to get into it for months and months, like, because I didn't understand what it was. And a lot of people were like me, like, when it comes down to Garyvee. So Garyvee being the king of this space when it comes to NFTs, or one of the kings, one of my idols when it comes to this space. And for him to constantly be talking about things like IP, the importance of IP, and how licensing is going to be what separates the giants from the normal NFTs and things like that. For him to have this much in-depth knowledge and to for me to believe that he does not know about the one company who has all these licenses, who has all these deals, these major brands, these major partnerships, like literally everything he says is going to make an NFT valuable. Veve has it all, and at the highest level, like we just had an announcement announcing Marvel. We started out with DC Comics. We have Jurassic Park, the NFL. There is absolutely no way I'm going to believe that Garyvee did not know about Veve. So I'm like that. That's why I got to call kind of cap a little bit with the title. But yeah, that's my thought process behind it. Garyvee is way too much of a visionary to not have known about it. Maybe he hasn't done the type of deep dive that he really wants to do, but it's still kind of hard for me to believe that as well, because when you hear him speak about NFTs, he's so educated on what it takes for a project to be good. How could he not know about the one project that really has it all, that really covers every base that he talks about regularly anytime he mentions NFTs? So yeah, but once again, shout out to Johnny, man, doing big things, getting the attention of Garyvee, and he's the first one who had Garyvee actually speak on Veve. So Johnny, yo, if you don't know, like if you didn't see my last video, Johnny is the reason that I started this channel. Like I actually saw Johnny on a Garyvee post talking about Veve, and that's what made me download Veve. So to be once again on a Johnny post with Garyvee commenting under Johnny now, that's insane. It's insane how this is turning out, bro. But check this out. It says, been a fan for years. Appreciate you, Garyvee. All the free game you have given out, not only has it helped me, it's helped thousands of kids and adults in the world see things from a different perspective, and sometimes that's all it takes. Now get yourself a Superman. He said he has Veve NFTs for sure. Somebody responded, he has Veve NFTs for sure. Everybody finds it hard to believe that he does not already have some Veve NFTs. He says, I'm just surprised he never brings it up. He always used to say once Batman and Marvel get into the NFT, real things about to sizzle up. And after the mergers with Veve, has been really quiet about it. In his podcast, he talks a lot about NFTs in general, never brings up Veve. See, this is weird. I didn't even know he specifically said anything about Batman and Marvel, and Veve has both of these. And this is what I mean. Like, he's so forward thinking. He knows all of this stuff already and how huge this is for the NFT space. But he doesn't ever talk about Veve. That's what's made me lead to some of the speculation that I have, that I think he's in some way working with Veve. And because he wouldn't be able to say certain things if he's in some way affiliated with Veve. Like if he's a super early investor, he might not talk either. So it's interesting. And the fact that he's now starting to mention it, it makes me think that something big could potentially be coming. He said he has his own NFT platform, so mentioning a major competitor is like giving your fan base away. Everyone else can compete with. He's never going to be able to compete with. Like, all respect to Garyvee, he's never going to be able to compete with Veve. Veve has Marvel. Like, it does not matter how successful Garyvee gets. Veve has Marvel. Veve has DC Comics. Veve has Jurassic Park, the NFL. Garyvee himself will tell you he's not competing with these major brands. So, yeah, like that's not really a reason to not. Plus, there's room for multiple NFTs. Like, there's room for multiple NFTs. So that's not really a reason to not speak on Veve. He said, I see your point, but he does not care about that. He talks about other NFT platforms, CryptoPunks, OpenSea, Nifty, plus many more. I heard him mention. Just doesn't feel right as if they have beef or something. How do you not mention Veve when you talk about Marvel, Batman, etc.? He said, Veve seems cool and the guys behind it are awesome. I just haven't played with it yet, and I never talk about things I haven't tried or done deep homework, etc. I have beef with no one. So it looks like what he's saying is he hasn't tried Veve. That's why I find this very, very hard to believe. First off, it's great that he's mentioning Veve. It's great that he's talking about it, which means that if he really has never dove into this project and don't know what's going on, he should now. But it's hard for me to believe this. The guy who is this forward seeing when it comes to NFTs and the guy who's really been in this community, like he's the reason that I know the term NFT exists. And it's that way for a lot of other people as well. I find it hard to believe, especially if he's been mentioning having licensed NFTs like Batman and Marvel. And come on now, Veve has both of those, and as well as the NFL. Like, I find it hard to believe that out of every NFT project in the world, Veve has the strongest IPs in the history of the world, and he didn't know that one platform exists. He's talking about OpenSea, all these other ones, but you don't know that Veve exists? Nah, I think this guy does his homework too well to not know that Veve exists when it has the strongest licensing out of any NFT project in the world in existence. I think that Veve has to instantly be on your radar when you're talking about NFTs, or you're not doing a very good job when it comes down to NFTs. So that's why I find it hard to believe that he didn't know. You got people telling them to sign up. I'll send you an NFT. Yeah, everybody trying to get Gary on it now. He said definitely worth playing with it. Yeah, so as you can see, everybody's pumped up about Garyvee. About Garyvee talking about this, talking about Veve. I had to retweet and share that with everybody. But let me know what you all think about this. Do you all think that Garyvee is kind of like just not trying to blow the whistle? He has something going on with Veve? Or do you think that he really just did not know Veve exists? I mean, he has a lot going on. He's working with his different businesses and things like that. So he potentially could have missed something. I don't know how big NFTs, how big of a role NFTs actually does play in his life. So let's just say he's super educated on the space, but he only dabbles in it here and there, and he still focuses on his other businesses the majority of the time. But still, he also collects. He goes to garage sales and stuff like that and tries to flip things. And Veve is like the flip king. That's where you want to be if you want to get some flips. It's just so many different things that Veve dominates that Gary is in, where it's like, how do you not know? And like I said, I learned about Veve through Gary's Instagram. I learned about Veve through Gary's Instagram. So I learned about something from your platform and you don't know about it. I don't know. That seems kind of fishy to me. I just feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's something going on. Maybe they're in talks or something. Maybe they're trying to work something out. He's trying to work something out with Veve potentially, because they are bringing on people with influence to work on different types of projects. So I don't know. I just feel like now that he's finally spoken on Veve for the first time publicly, I feel like this is going to lead to something big, regardless of if he knew about it, if he didn't. I feel like now that he's speaking on it, and now we know that he knows about it for certain. This is big news. This is very, very huge for the community, and this is very, very huge for the NFT game. Because with Garyvee speaking on Veve and Gary, like it's gonna like it brought my attention, like it brought NFTs to my attention. I feel like it's going to bring this Veve to a lot of people's attention at this point now. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section about it. I definitely want to know how you all feel. Like I said, it's hard for me to believe he didn't know, but I mean, it's always a possibility that he really didn't. So let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you feel like he didn't know, if you feel like this is going to be big. Just all comments, all thoughts on it. Be sure to drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, yo.